Hello everyone. If there's one person I think like does the most work, like PR work, to have like the cleanest image possible and have no enemies, it has to be Logan Paul. Like it's so, like he tries to like build a character of being good, like doing nothing wrong, also being a rebel, and whenever like someone calls him out, for like some shady shit he did, be it Prime or CryptoZoo, he will fucking sue them, into like the crust of the earth. With Prime, if you guys remember, like there was like some shit about the FDA, like seeing like how the bottles it was being put in, or like the water was being used, wasn't probably the best. And if you made a TikTok video talking about it, it didn't matter if you was big or small, he would call you out and threaten to sue you. And of course, like on the other side of being way more extreme was CoffeeZilla, where he investigated and like made a video about it, and then he had a lawsuit opened by Logan Paul. Like he's so relentless, to like just open any shit, to attack anyone that talks bad about his product, or like makes his image look bad. And this video, I want to talk about that because he should make like he made like the most bizarre video on his own channel. I have no idea like what compelled him to make this. What's called I Trolled the BBC with my lookalike. And basically, like a quick rundown of what happened is that he got an interview with a journalist from the UK called Matt Shea, and instead of like simply being civil about it, having an interview talking about it, because like Logan Paul was pissed off that BBC made an article, like calling him out about his CryptoZoo shit. It's nothing new, but they still talked about it. But Logan Paul, he handled it in the most childish way possible. Right, so first of all, the video opens up, with him a snapshot of what happens later, and he targets Matt Shea for being, some guy with no dignity, some reporter that will do anything for a story. And his example was that he went to Romania with a box of chocolate to give it to Andrew Tate, being like, oh, if I give you this, we give him an interview. It's like, yeah, sure, I'll give it to you. And then when he got there, he got ghosted, and that's funny apparently. I mean, I guess some journalists, sometimes they don't get interviews, unfortunately. But then he went back to the year before, where he made like a hit piece, as he said, against Andrew Tate with Vice, and apparently was ripped apart by being called out as one-sided. And the evidence he has is like Andrew Tate fans calling it shitty. Like, can you really take their word for it? If they all they do is just lick up to Andrew Tate? Oh, and then the worst part, he reveals Matt Shea's work email is tied to a Pornhub account.
No, the BBC is not the pub category stupid, although we did find out there's a registered account to Matt Shea's personal Gmail, but let's pin that.
Okay, I guess that is weird, but like, why did you include that? Like, that's so bizarre, and it only makes you look childish, you dirty nonce. Like, how do you even find that? There's probably like a legal way to do it, but even then, why would you include it? Moving forward, he calls out the BBC and Vice, which Matt Shea worked for before, and he calls out the shady shit before in the past that he did. And me personally, I don't know much about it, so I can't really make a comment on that. But regardless, like, that's such a bizarre way to like target, him, Matt, for like, the company he worked for. Like, oh, you're a journalist and you work for the BBC? They had Jimmy Savile like 50 years ago. You sick fuck, how dare you? I mean, I guess, yeah, sadly, reporters have to work with big publications to get anywhere as a reporter. So that part doesn't make any sense. But this next section, it made me laugh so hard. It explains so much behind this. Because then like I mentioned, he brings up like the BBC article made on him about his crypto shit. And it ties this video so much together. It makes perfect sense.
Anyways, earlier this year, I found out that Tooth Gap and his pedo overlords had turned their attention to me. Because what better way to divert attention from the fact that you can't stop hiring category A sexual predators than by making a regurgitated hit piece on a wrestler? Oh, and the subject matter? You guessed it, a barrage of crypto-related scam allegations that I, have heard before. But as I said before, and I will maintain, I did not scam anyone. I made $0 off these CryptoZoo scam allegations. I don't know how many times I need to say it. I did the first ever buyback in NFT history. Shut the up.
Like, he's such a crybaby of, like anyone talk about like his crypto stuff and how he's, shady, that he'll make a video like this, which like you'll see later down the line why it's so bad and how he has no shame shown anywhere. And again, I don't know the full story behind CryptoZoo. All I know is shady. But like, nuclear take, I think it makes you look childish when you make a video like this, targeting a big publication for making a story about you, especially if they say nothing new, like all they do is like, you know, like retell the big stuff and just get the article out there, like, you know, very easy slop. I mean, he defends himself by like saying like he refunded that crypto shit, but I'm not sure about that. I don't really care about it. I will focus on this video because the next part, what the fuck why would he include this? He had an interview with Matt Shea that went over to his boxing gym, whatever, his gym, and he thought it'd be a good idea. He thought it'd be really funny to get a doppelganger, like looks exactly like him from, I guess, wherever, you know, Craigslist or TikTok, and he made him like take place in his interview, having an earpiece in and listening to like whatever Logan says and just saying it to Matt Shea. And of course, it went as bad as you think. It went as bad as I'm making it sound. Like, this part is hard to sift through. Like, it shows Matt having like 3 sips of water, and Logan's like, he's so nervous, he's so anxious, he's shitting his pants.
What's up, dude?
How's it going?
Thanks. Matt, sorry, I'm tired.
No,
Last night was hard.
hit me with the all right.
All right. How are you enjoying Puerto Rico? Yeah, pretty good, yeah.
He thinks it's me.
And as you can see, he's making it seem like Matt actually believes it, like a fucking dumbass. But then yeah, like later, 3 minutes later, he's like, okay, what's the joke? You're clearly not Logan Paul. Where is he actually? And like, you know, he calls it off. He's like, you know, okay, can we just get the actual guy in here? And Logan, going to DEFCON 5, he throws his goonies in there, like 20 of them, holding up signs being like, the BBC is vile, fuck them, pedophiles, assaulters, everyone, they're all sick. And Logan's like, oh my god, he's leaving, he's such a pussy, he can't handle this shit. He stands with the BBC, he supports them. And like, it's such a pain in the ass, like, what is this shit? I mean, I'm sorry that reporter would much rather leave the room, leave the interview, because it's so childish, and he won't be on the same level as you, as a fucking man-child. Also, by the way, how does this look good on you? Like, if you're a 5-year-old kid, you're like, you know, you're clapping your hands, you know, shitting your diaper, it's probably like really entertaining. But it probably would have been better for everyone if you pull up the article by the BBC, critique it, you know, what parts are dishonest, what parts are, you know, lies, you know, and, you know, actually, you know, talk about it. That would have been better. But this fucking like prank video, it doesn't help you at all. And they even like followed them off the building, like, you know, throwing signs at them, putting like one side on their car. And again, like, I hate repeating myself, but it just makes you, Logan Paul, it makes you look immature, and it does you no good.
Flustered, frustrated, and unaccomplished, the BBC boys were driven out of town.
The only good thing I'll mention in this video was that at the end, he said like he donated like $50,000 to a child help charity. And on one side, you know, it could be seen as, you know, as a very cheap, look at me, I'm good, like act. But yeah, despite that, I think that was pretty good, like, you know, good on him. That's probably like the only good thing he did in the video, or that was shown at all. So yeah, that's basically the gist of the video, which was fucking dog shit. Like, I first saw it like on Twitter, and I was like, does he really call the BBC for like having pedophiles? I mean, I don't mind that part because I don't know the full story. But when I watched the full video, 8 minutes of, you know, of like the most heinous, like slanderous shit. Like this video felt like it was made by Dogpack with all the slander, not slander, but like all like the unnecessary information to make the person look bad. Like, you know, oh my god, Magic has a Pornhub account? What a sick fuck. Why do I care about that? Like, why would you mention that? I mean, this is Logan Paul. It's nothing surprising. But, you know, PR like this is probably good to your fan base. Cause, like, to all the kids, like, you know, it makes them support you more. But to anyone else, like me, a smart guy, it looks embarrassing and childish. Like, if I okay, I was never a fan of him, but if I was, you know, like somewhat into him as a viewer, you know, I'd probably, you know, never watch him again. Because this video sucks my ass. It's so bad.